and gentlemen, you're watching NDTV and this is The Last Word. In the politically sensitive state of West Bengal, three back-to-back developments today promise to dominate the election narrative as the state, North Bengal to be specific, gets ready to vote on the 19th of April. The Calcutta High Court today has ordered a court-monitored CBI probe into the sexual assault and land-grabbing allegations made by villagers of Sandeshkhali against TMC leaders. Remember, women had come out in large numbers to protest against Sheikh Shahjahan and his aides, accusing them of sexual abuse, harassment and land grab. In another case, days after the National Investigation Agency team faced stiff resistance during a raid in West Bengal, the Calcutta High Court pulled up the state police over an FIR it filed against an officer of the Central Probe Agency. The court said that NIA needs no permission for raids and ordered no arrest be made till the next hearing. Now, TMC leaders have been demanding a change in the NIA boss, alleging misuse of the central agency by TMC. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah, who was in Balurghat in North Bengal today, hit out at West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee over the Citizenship Amendment Act, accusing her of misleading people. He also said that only Prime Minister Narendra Modi and a BJP government in West Bengal can stop infiltration in the state.
हमने एक कानून पारित किया है सीएए का। ममता दीदी बंगाल के लोगों को गुमराह कर रही। मैं ममता दीदी को पूछना चाहता हूं, जो बंगाल से हिंदू, सिख, बौद्ध शरणार्थी आए हैं, उनको नागरिकता मिलती है, आपको क्या तकलीफ हो रही? एक और घुसपैठियों को लाल जाजम बिठाकर स्वागत करती हो।
एनआरसी এখন কি বলছে? পুরোহিত লিখে দিলেই হবে, কোন আইনে আছে? আর যখনই আপনি নাম লেখালেন, সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আপনি বাংলাদেশী হয়ে গেলেন। অর্থাৎ আপনি লক্ষ্মীর ভান্ডার পাবেন না, আপনি কন্যাশ্রী পাবেন না, আপনি ভোট দিতে পারবেন না, আপনার নাগরিক অধিকার থাকবে না, আপনার সরকারি অধিকার থাকবে না। এটা ভালো না খারাপ নিজেরা বুঝে নিন। আর যেই ডিটেনশন করবে, করে আসামে এখনো আছে, ডিটেনশন ক্যাম্প করে রেখে দেবে, যেখানে আপনাদের বিদেশি বলে চিহ্নিত করা হবে।
इन्होंने राजवंशी, नामशूद्र और मतुआ साथियों की कभी परवाह नहीं की, लेकिन आज जब बीजेपी सरकार CAA लेकर आई है तो ये अफवाहें फैला रहे हैं। मां भारती पर आस्था रखने वाले हर परिवार को नागरिकता देना, ये मोदी की गारंटी है।
So the question we ask tonight is, how much will Sandeshkhali, the promise and reality of CAA by the BJP and the ongoing back and forth over NIA influence the voting of people of Bengal and also the political campaigns of both the BJP and the TMC? We have an esteemed panel of guests with us. We have Riju Datta, who represents the TMC. We have Ms. Dr. Shatrupa, who's from the BJP. We also have Shikha Mukherjee, who is a senior journalist, and Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, who was former CIC, Chief Information Commissioner with the Government of India. Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. Starting with you, Riju Datta, you know, when Mamata Banerjee came back to power in 2021, there was a lot of talk about Parivartan, but clearly what is happening in Sandeshkhali, what happened in Sandeshkhali has raised a lot of questions over your government's response. I know that, you addressed it later on, but clearly, Sheikh Shahjahan was a party member. Do you think that this controversy should have been handled by the TMC in a better way, because now it's going to the CBI?
Mamata Banerjee has done her Raj Dharma in Sandeshkhali. She has not spared her party leaders. The initial ones against whom there were allegations, Uttam Sardar and Shivu Hajra was arrested. Sheikh Shahjahan was arrested. Now he's in ED custody. The accusations of land that was grabbed by these so-called these people, land has been given back by the government. Sheikh Shahjahan is thrown out of the party. Now, if there is a CBI investigation, the court in all its wisdom has said that we don't oppose that. But the steps that we have taken, has BJP taken those steps against their leader of the accused? Why is Shubhendu Adhikari roaming around with the Home Minister and the Prime Minister of the country?
Right.
He is mentioned in the charge sheet filed by the ED and CBI in Naroda and Sharoda scam. I'm going to say this on record. Look, let me be very honest here. On national media channels, BJP is getting 400 seats. On YouTube, they are getting 500 seats. On Twitter, they are getting 600 seats. But in reality, they are not crossing 200. And that is why in Bengal, I'm saying this without mincing my words, we are not fighting the BJP. We are fighting these central agencies that are working at the beck and call of the BJP as BJP's lapdogs, which is very unfortunate. Their credibility has gone for a toss. We have exposed the illegal nexus between the BJP and the NIA. And that is why that SP, Dhanram Singh, has been changed by the NIA and called to Delhi for questioning.
Right.
So it
Dr.
is very
Shatrapa,
clear
would you
how
like
it
to
will be
respond to
open.
that? Because Riju Datta is saying, and a lot of opposition parties have been saying that, there is a certain weaponizing of central agencies that has happened. There's a certain misuse that's happening. And especially on Sandeshkhali, TMC has accused the BJP of politicizing the matter, although this was about women and this was about their complaints. How would you respond to that?
First of all, this is nothing new. I mean, Riju is not the only one shouting himself hoarse. Every one of them, and it's not that they have a problem with any one organization or any one individual. They've complained about 3 consecutive governors. They have complained about the Election Commission and 3 consecutive elections. Now they have a problem with not only NIA, they have a problem with NIA, CBI, ED, income tax, everybody. I mean, all agencies which they think are run by central government, they have a problem with that. And yesterday or day before, I think the lot of them, 10 of them, went and sat outside Election Commission to demand that all 4 heads be changed. I mean, there has to be some kind of logic. They're all mature politicians or wannabe politicians. As far as the Sandeshkhali issue is concerned, again, they're lying blatantly. There is no question of Raj Dharma being executed by Mamata Banerjee at all. Mamata Banerjee has not even heard the cries of these women. After some 59 days, they created some ridiculous confusion about the High Court putting a stay order and the High Court restraining arrest, which was all nonsense. That is just something that they concocted. Anyway, now the High Court has given them some 3 tight slaps, saying that CBI needs to look into the case. There's not even an inquiry required anymore. They have the High Court has been far more sensitive to the needs of Sandeshkhali. They've said that there will be a portal so that the women who are being threatened by the police they're not being able to complain. So now, as far as the rape or the sexual assault is concerned, as far as the land grabbing is concerned, as far as the general violence is concerned, they can all go on to the portal and complain. One last sentence. It is very easy for Riju, and then probably after some time Shikha Mantri is going to say, land has been returned. Let me tell you, Vasudha, this was land which was full of paddy. Rice was grown here. Systematically using the irrigation canals. This Shahjahan has been putting in saline water from the sea. So the entire socio-economic fabric of Sandeshkhali has been
Riju, would you like to respond to that? Also, there is another question. There is another question of these 2 instances which have happened with attacks on ED officials on the 5th of January, and then there is this team of NIA that goes. Now, we've all heard about this unfortunate reality of violence and politics in West Bengal. Now, we see this happening. So this is something that also puts the state government in the dock, because this is about governance, this is about administration, and the will to control violence that is in the realm of politics, isn't it?
Okay, before I answer your question, just give me 30 seconds to answer Ms. Shatarupa.
Yes.
She said about that we have always attacked the governor. Now, our ex-governor of West Bengal, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar ji, who was very vocally critic of the Trinamool government, is now the Vice President of India. Today, our Rajya Sabha MP, Mamata Banerjee, a representative of the Matua community, when she was taking her shapat, when she was taking her oath, she, instead of God, which she thinks as her God, Sri Sri Harichand Thakur and Sri Sri Guruchand Thakur, she was stopped in the middle of oath. And she was asked to take oath again because Dhankarji said, you cannot take the name of your God. This is the situation, point number one. Point number two, they say that we always complain against everybody. You know why we are complaining? Because just yesterday, an article, and I'm mentioning an other newspaper, on Times of India, in Assam, where there is BJP Sarkar, the Election Commission granted, let me just finish please, the Election Commission granted doles to be given out to 150,000 committees for celebrations of Bihu.
Okay,
No problem.
Riju, I'll come to you, but I need to talk about Bengal here, and let me get the experts here.
Can I just
Mr.
finish,
Azad,
please?
you know, a
Ten-
team of
10 more
NIA
seconds.
was allegedly attacked by a mob, in West Bengal. Then, we saw what happened in Purba Midnipur with this team of NIA being attacked. So, how do you see these, who is accountable for the safety of officials on duty here? Because in both cases, they had to be hospitalized.
Well, it's extremely unfortunate that a central agency be attacked like this. So if you look at it at the face value, obviously it's absolutely wrong. And in fact, it's a virtual attack on the federal structure. But today what has happened is that there is such a vitiated atmosphere and animosity between the TMC and the BJP that on any issue, they cannot see the eye to eye. First of all, I certainly welcome the High Court investigation, monitored by the High Court, the CBI investigation, because the question of women is very, very sensitive, and anywhere in the country, it should be taken up absolutely and urgently. And I'm happy that High Court has taken it. But the other thing is that if you make so much of political fracas about it, and all the time a kind of a slugfest happening on any particular issue, then it becomes a serious problem. And that's why I'm saying that both parties are using it politically.
Right.
But, Vasudha, tell me, even the most incompetent chief minister, would they like an incident like this happening in their state? No, certainly not. Yes, certain cadre people go out of hand and they need the punishment.
Right.
And if they are not giving the punishment, then of course they should be given the punishment.
That's a very good point. Shikha Mukherjee, would you like to respond to this? Politically, how do you see Sandeshkhali playing out? Because this is so core to the politics of Mamata Banerjee, because this is about safety of women, this is about governance, and it's also about the right to protest, because many of these protesters were not heard for a long time, and also the politics of CAA, because here is the Prime Minister talking about how he's going to give citizenship to everybody who believes in Ma Bharti. That's a very potent statement to make. And Mamata Banerjee saying that, people will lose their citizenship if they enroll in the portal.
Look, that's a lot of questions rolled into one. So let me try and answer what the first part of it, and then come to the CAA. What is obvious is that there is a center versus state confrontation, which is playing across West Bengal as it is playing across other opposition ruled states. And that applies as much to the CAA as it applies to the Sandeshkhali or even the NIA issue that you have raised. Now, what is it that is happening politically? Two things. One, that the agencies have become part of the political discourse. And that is the most unfortunate thing that could have happened in this country. These are meant to be impartial, effective, efficient institutions. The fact that all that is happening about them is that they are being projected as either a coercive punitive force by the ruling administration in Delhi, or they are being portrayed as the stooges of the same ruling administration. This is the most unfortunate thing that could have happened, because this is public money which is being wasted on these issues. Number one. Number two, what happens when the chief minister of a state accuses these agencies of selectively picking up grassroots level political party workers. What she is saying is an extremely important thing, which is that the political process, which is now underway, which is the election, is being subverted by these activities.
Okay.
Now, having said that, let me finish. You will have to give me a chance to finish. Having said that, let me also add that whether the opposition accuses the CBI agencies and the ruling party in the center of subverting these agencies, or whether the center accuses the state of subverting the police force, what is at stake is the credibility and efficiency of the law and order machinery.
Right.
And if that includes the NIA, then that has implications of national security.
Right.
And I think that it would be wiser for these political parties to figure out where they want this discourse to go. Do they want a country where there is absolutely no credibility of any of these organizations and institutions? Or do they want an India where these institutions have some kind of credibility, some kind of...
So it's essentially a battle of narratives. I'm sorry, we have to go to some breaking news, ma'am. Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. 42 seats in Bengal up for grabs. We'll know on June 4th whose narrative worked and whose didn't.